Welcome back to the Wargrove of Will. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how you can play Age of Sigmar through a Steam game called Tabletop Simulator. This is a wonderful tool that allows you to play Age of Sigmar remotely with people all over the world. It's a fantastic way, especially in the age of COVID, to play Age of Sigmar if you are quarantined or otherwise unable to go to a gaming store, or if you have friends that live somewhere far away from you, you can play with them through this. So I think that it is a wonderful tool that everyone who likes Age of Sigmar should consider investing in, and it's fairly cheap too and a great way to experiment with different army builds and just different armies in general. If you kind of are thinking about purchasing some models for a new army, you can go on to TTS and try them out to see if you like how they play on the tabletop. So without further ado, let's get started. So for starters, what is Tabletop Simulator? Tabletop Simulator is a game slash software available on Steam for about $20, though it goes on sale for $10 fairly often. So very cheap considering the monetary investment to make a regular physical Age of Sigmar army. Um, and what it does is it provides a digital table space and area to play board games and other tabletop style things such as Dungeons and Dragons or wargaming like Age of Sigmar and Warhammer 40K. The great thing about Tabletop Simulator, it is very deep if you want to automate things and mod everything or change values. And if you are really into that stuff, you can get a lot out of Tabletop Simulator, but it's not required. There is many ways and many ways to just kind of set things to automate themselves, so you don't have to worry about the behind the scenes um, data really. And playing Age of Sigmar through Tabletop Simulator is very easy. There's a lot of things that are automated through TTS just because it is a um, digital space. You can do a lot of things that would take a little bit more time if you're doing it in person. Just some examples off the top of my head is moving horde units. You can just select all of the models and move them at once, so you don't have to move each individual one. There is a measurement tool that you can, whenever you pick up a model, it'll automatically measure from the point that you picked it up, so you don't have to measure, um, as well as automated dice rolling and all that jazz. So lots of wonderful tools there. So then you have this software which isn't necessarily default used to play Age of Sigmar. How do you play Age of Sigmar in Tabletop Simulator? The easiest way is through Age of Sigmar Stormvault. This is a fan group or a fan project that has compiled all of the Age of Sigmar models, rules, terrain, maps, and more into an easy to grab downloadable format. I will leave a link to the GitHub for Stormvault in the description of the video. So if you want to head over there and grab them, they have instructions on their website, but I will also go over them in this video. But once you download and install everything properly, you can access everything through the in-game menus in Tabletop Simulator. Before we get going, I would like to give an extra special thanks to my Patreon supporters. They are the people that allow me to do this somewhat regularly. And I have exciting news to say. We have a Spirit of Dirthu tier supporter. So an extra special thanks to Nick Hoff. You're awesome. So how do you download and install Age of Sigmar Stormvault? So on the GitHub website, there is a zip file that you can download. And what you do then is you have to find your Tabletop Simulator saves folder. In the picture, I have shown where mine is located. It is normally found in the My PC or My Computer, then My Documents, then My Games, and then Tabletop Simulator. You should see a Saves folder. If you open that up, you should then extract or copy the Stormvault folder from your downloaded zip file to the TTS Saves folder. By doing this, you will put it in the correct directory so that you can access it in game. Once you do this, if you've done it correctly, the models, maps, and all that jazz will show up in your Tabletop Simulator in-game save folder that you can access in-game. After downloading and installing it, you will have access to everything you need to play Age of Sigmar. And when I say everything, I mean everything. Every model, every rule, everything. So instead of having to buy the physical models to play with them, you just have to download them. It's a wonderful tool to experiment with different armies and really get an idea before you spend real money to purchase an actual model. But to make your army so you can have them set up and ready to go whenever you launch a TTS game, you should go to your faction's models through the Stormvault folders and pick out the models that you need. So just kind of click and drag them over into an area. And if you need more than what they have there, TTS is really simple. You can just copy and paste either through the menus or the shortcut Control C, Control V, and kind of duplicate whatever models you need more of. Once you've got all the models that you need for your army, you can click and drag to select all of the models. And then if you right click one of them, you pull up a menu and then you want to go to Save Objects. Once you do that, you can give it a name and it'll save it to your saves folder. So whenever you want that army, you can just click on that save and it'll bring those models up and into the current game that you're in. So you don't have to assemble them every time you want to play. This is the easiest way to do that. There's other ways if you just want to manually grab them, but this is going to save you a lot of time. So after you saved your armies and you have an opponent to play with, you need a map. So you can use any map that you find on the Steam Workshop. There's hundreds of them. My personal favorite is the map titled DQ Age of Sigmar 3.0. I like this one a lot because it serves as a wonderful base and it has all of the tools, all of the rules, and all of the different things set up there for you. And it has a whole bunch of terrain and maps pre-generated into the thing, so you can just click and drag and pop in a new map very easily. It's very user-friendly, and there are other tools in the actual map that let you get a little bit more customized with it. I think that this is probably the best one that I've found so far, and it's my go-to. I will leave a link to the description, or excuse me, I will leave a link to this workshop map in the description alongside the Stormvault. And that is how to play Age of Sigmar on Tabletop Simulator. I think that Tabletop Simulator is something every Age of Sigmar player should invest in if they have a computer that has Steam on it. I think that it is a fantastic tool to have in order to experiment or to play with people around the world. And to kind of segue into that, me and my Discord are going to be hosting Age of Sigmar Tabletop Simulator nights sometime in the near future. I will be playing with Patreons and my moderators or other fans who are active on the server. We haven't hammered out the full details of that yet. I'm working with my moderator team on that as we speak, but that'll be in the near future. So if you want to play with me or hang out or just kind of interact with the community, join the Discord and you will get updates on how that is going. There will be a link to my Discord in the description below. Well, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like or a comment, and if you enjoy this type of content, consider subscribing. This has been the Wargrove of Will, and I'll talk to you guys next time.